Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic, always special. Multiple dungeon entrances and exits. I've talked about this way before, but it's still a huge problem. And when anyone of Star Wars is watching this here, we had this topic before, because the whole community is bringing that up and up and up and up again. And of course, I need to talk about that. And when I need to talk about that nearly every year, then I have to talk about that nearly every year, because the community still wants that. Or do you still want that? So yeah, leave your opinion. Or you also think that this is a good idea or a bad idea. But in general, it's like some dungeons having multiple entrances and exits. And some dungeons don't have that. And I will exactly tell you why this is a huge problem. And why people are getting so mad over that. So just for example, you are a group of 5 to 10 people. Now you go into a dungeon in Mortal Online 2. And now you know that also our other group, like with 5 to 10 people, is in the dungeon. Or a group of 20 people is in the dungeon. Because your Alvarine have maybe seen that. What is the enemy doing? The enemy is just camping the front door. Or when you ambush someone, you can just camp the front door and wait until they come. Because they need to exit the dungeon. So it's a way of content, but it's also a problem. Because many guilds or many people don't want to go in dungeons because they know it's a death trap. They know when they go in there with 10 or 20 people, then the circle of 30, 40 or whatever people will come and they have no chance to run anywhere. And this is also the thing. When we have multiple entrances and multiple exits in dungeons, then the whole problematic would be solved. And yeah, if you can believe it or not, but this is a problem why a few guilds, a few groups don't like to go in any of their dungeons. And why some complaining about content gatekeeping, because some guilds are really content gatekeeping their dungeons and their farm spots. This is the whole point of territory control, by the way. But just camping front doors is not so exciting content. When it would be a little bit more dynamic, I guess it's more exciting. The problem comes when dungeons have just one entrance or one exit. Because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, I don't know. It's like you will die to a Zerg because there's just no second exit or entrance. And this is so, I don't know, for me it's so easy to fix that, and I really hope, Starvolt, that you can make a few more entrances or exits for nearly every dungeon. Then all of these dungeons are more accessible and can be used by groups and not just by huge guilds with, I don't know, extreme manpower. It would be so much more fun, I guess, with more entrances and exits. But please, nearly every dungeon in this game needs multiple entrances and exits, please. And another big problem is the Necromancy Bridge. I don't know if this is good content or not, but when I can hold off with one elementalist a whole Zerg, is that okay or is it not okay when someone is locked in there 24/7 and camping the bridge? It's like, I don't know. Is that content gatekeeping? Is that gaming? Or is that something else? Don't get me wrong, the Necromancy Bridge is designed that you can hold off enemies or even big groups and stuff, but I'm really raising the question here. It's not only about the Necro Bridge, it's about nearly every dungeon in Mortal. No shit, Sherlock. No shit. I think we need multiple entrances and multiple exits for every dungeon. Then the content is more available for everyone. I don't know if I need to make a video like that every year. But I need to point out the most obvious and necessary steps to ensure proper and fun gameplay. And there are a few ways how Star Wars can react to that. There's also a few ways how the community can react to that. If I'm completely wrong, please participate in the voting and say that I'm wrong. The whole benefit of having multiple entrances and exits is that you can evade a fight maybe you can evade a fight when the dungeon is big enough. Then you can also get away with that. On the other hand, it would also solve the problem when you are going in the dungeon, for example, with 5 people, and then you met other 10 people, then you are killing them, then you're having all their loot, and then you want to go outside. Then they have already re-equipped them and standing at the one exit or at the one entrance the dungeon has and are camping for you. And I don't know, I'm raising here the question. Is that good gameplay or not? I'm just asking. And I'm not saying that Star Wars is bad, and I'm not saying, oh, why didn't Star Wars listen to us, and why are they haven't done that with the dungeon entrances? It's so easy to make a few dungeon entrances in the exits and stuff. Maybe it's not so easy like we all think, but yeah, maybe the reason behind that was not clear enough, or is not clear enough. But maybe this will clear it up. I don't know. But the motivation for a lot of people going into dungeons will completely go away when you exactly know that when you go in there, and still when you win 2 or 3 fights, they will call more people and they will camp the entrance. And when they can't camp the entrance, they will call more people, they will go in and they will still camp the entrance. And this just because you know that there's one entrance. When you know that there are multiple entrances, the people would maybe still camp one entrance or one exit, but the other group won't care. When you want to engage a group in a dungeon and you have multiple entrances and exits, then you have to actively engage into that dungeon and actively have to go in there to look if they are in there. And where are they? And which exit are they taking? Which entrance have they took? Are they going there, whatever? And I think this will elevate the dungeon gameplay to a higher level. I mean, nearly every week I'm getting complaints about, oh, big Zergs ruining the game, big guilds are ruining the game by gatekeeping content, which is partly true and which is partly not true. But the problem arises from some game mechanic loops or some gameplay loops that automatically feels unfair. So when for example, I'm a guild that, for example, would own the Mino dungeon. I just have to point out, it's just an example. Then I'm having, of course, alert towers everywhere. I may be using scout accounts. Maybe the guild is using scout accounts. Then we know when a group is in there. People are farming a lot of times in the dungeon, so we exactly know when someone is in the dungeon. So now we can call the Zerg, now we can call the numbers when we exactly know how much they are, and then we can Zerg them to death. And this is exactly the tactic the big guilds use. And they can only use that because many dungeons just having one entrance or one exit, or it's so obvious that when you go in there that you go out there. And I mean, it would improve the gameplay so much. And I'm really hoping that Star Wars is considering that, because they really also want to improve the game, of course. But yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong. So please write in the comments if that is a good idea or it's a bad idea, or do you think that it should be made different. But yeah, there's a voting for that. It's linked down in the description. So yeah, what is your opinion about the multiple dungeon entrances and exits? I don't want to be here and just complaining about things. I'm not complaining here. I'm just saying, hey, this could be improved maybe a little bit, and I just want to have the opinion from all of you guys, because I'm not sure about that. People write me all the time, people comment all the time, but I'm often not sure if such changes would really benefit the game a lot. But I think that multiple dungeon entrances and exits will improve the gameplay a lot. I mean, it's maybe a small change for Star Wars, but it has a high impact on gameplay and on the players. And yes, please don't forget the dungeons. And yes, Star Wars, I'm still getting messages from people that are wondering why there are houses in the Ciliano cave. I'm just saying, it's just okay. Everyone in the community has to explain to the new players that, or you could just fix the system. I'm not saying removing the houses in the dungeons, oh god, no. It's about seeing how the players are playing the game, how the players experience the game, and where are the hiccups, where are the problems. And I'm here just telling you exactly where is the problem with the dungeon content. And I'm exactly saying that there is the problem with some dungeon content. I don't mean that in a mean way, I don't mean that in an aggressive way or in a rant way. I'm just here telling you that. But yeah, it could be wrong. So thank you for watching. Please participate in the voting or leave your opinion in the comments. Would be so nice about this topic, because I really want this solved. I really want. Do we want more multiple entrances or exits in this game, or do we don't want that? When the whole community says we don't want that, then I will not make any more videos about that. I mean, obvious. And just to clarify the numbers, because many people write me and write in the comments, oh, that game and the population is dropping and stuff. Yeah, I mean, the average population that is online drops a little bit. Okay, I mean, everyone can see that. No one is denying that. So a long time ago, when Hendrik was streaming regularly, he also talked about showing the population or showing the status, how many people are online on the website dynamically, or what the whole game population is. And of course, people are still asking for that, Star Wars. People are still asking for, show us the real numbers, because everyone is guessing about the Steam numbers and all the other stuff. And yeah, people are still interested in the numbers. Not only the Doomers, just the normal players are also interested in the numbers. Of course, course, some doomers that are saying that the game is dying. Yeah, I'm hearing since 16 years. I guess Henrik is hearing since day one that the game is dying. And I guess he's also tired of that. I'm also tired of that people are telling me the game is dying. Yeah, guess what? I'm hearing every week that the game is dying since 16 years. And yeah, here we are. The game is still not dead. But I totally get what some people meant with the game is dying. It's just that the population could be so much higher with just a few adjustments. And this is exactly what I'm trying now with the new video series here. We will search for small adjustments Star Wars can make that have a huge impact. And we will start with the multiple dungeon entrances and exits. So yeah, we will see what will come out of that. But to the player numbers, I mean, we have the financial reports, and I can sit here and clearly say they must have around 5,000 to 12,000 paid accounts. So there's also a video about the finance reports. It's linked down in the description if you're interested. I mean, everything here is my opinion, and it could be everything wrong, so yeah. Please leave a like and subscribe if you found this video interesting. So special thanks to all of these supporters, of course. Carmel, Lucario, Mr. Minerva, Dem Tired, Ronus, Partnerlux, Colum Bulldog, and all the others, of course. So never forget to make multiple dungeon entrances and exits hard. I mean party hard. And see you all next time or next year with the same topic, if it's still relevant. Until then, see you all next time. Goodbye.